Alright y'all, this is Ruby, and this is Ruby's Resin Studio. And today I am going to pour a Froggy for Froggy Friday. It's in collaboration with Loula at Loula Goblin Art and Ken at the Dragon's Cave. And Gert Creates, Tim, the Bass Resinator, a few others. I'm not exactly sure how many are involved. But today I am going to be mixing up me a little frog, and I'm going to try and get him to crackle. We'll see. And I'm just using my bond crafter, and I'm going to make up 5 ounces because I think this holds like 4.5. And I do have an extra mold just in case, and I've always got a mold within reach. So, sorry if it's blocking the thing. I'm just pouring resin right now. And there we go. And I'll get this stirred up. And then you don't need to sit here and watch me do this for 3 minutes. And I'm going to go turn that TV down because apparently it is way too loud. But I am going to try a crackle effect frog. And he's got a little surprise in him. I don't know if you can tell what that is, but you'll see it at the end. And I went ahead and UV resin down the surprise, and I made some eyes with UV resin with the cabochon molds. And I'll do a video on that one day when I'm because it just takes UV resin. And I had some extra left over, so I stuck it in his feet. And I made him some eyes, and I've got those down in there. I've already got that all UV resin down. So I'm going to get this stirred, and then I will be back in a few. Alright y'all, we're back. And we are going to mix up some colors here. And let's see. Peachy color, kind of an orange color. Because, you know, Halloween. And I got some air bubbles trapped in there. Just trying not to get air bubbles in there. And I'm just using the Let's Resin Alcohol Ink Peach. And don't ask me how many drops I put in there. I haven't got a clue. I just drop it until I get it the color I want. And then I go from there. And alcohol is a pain in the butt. Alright, and this is a very used stick, so we will get rid of him. Roll it to the side. And I'll just use my little spatula here. Alright. And the way I learned how to do the crackle effect, now I've done it in coasters, but I don't know that I've ever done it in a deeper mold like a frog. So I thought I would give it a try. Now I don't know if anybody else has tried it out there. I'm sure they have. But I don't know for sure. So there's the peach color mixed up. And wipe off the spatula. Throw the paper towel in the garbage. Go for the next color. Now the next color I'm going to mix up is going to be a mica color. So I forgot which color I'm going to add. And it's this brand. I can't pronounce it, but it's bronze. So I'm going to mix up a bronze mica. And then the other one I'm going to leave clear. Let's do it this way. Because the way I learned it, like I said, it's been a while back, so I may be doing it all wrong. I don't know. But the way I learned it is one transparent, actually 2 micas, but I don't think I'm going to do 2 micas, and clear. And so, and that's the bronze color. And we'll see how this works out. Over to the side. And there's my clear. And I got more clear back there in case I need it. So, I know I need to pour clear in first. Because, yeah, that's what it said anyway. That's what I wrote down originally. I don't know how true it is. That's what I'm doing. And then the transparent around the edges as much as you can. Sorry if I get quiet, y'all. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing here. Trying to. And then fill the mica up a little bit more, because sometimes the powder doesn't always mix the way you want it to. And I do have a small debubbling machine. I will probably put, I doubt it though, because I know these will bubble over. But this is the mica powder. And just cover them up more clear. And push it out. And more peach. Again, more push here. Get them up in the feet and the legs. Although it probably won't show as much in the feet because I've got that UV resin in there. And then more clear, finish it off. Hopefully to finish it off. I don't have enough to finish it off. I may have to add another mica, I don't know. Or add more of that one. Because that didn't fill him up. Oh, I still got more of that one, so we're good. Just that. Clean that out. And we'll clean this one out. I love these little spatulas. I got them off of Amazon, and I will try my best to link as much down below as I can. I have to use my phone, and I have to use the YouTube Studio app, I think is what it's called, to edit, to put my videos up. So, and then we'll use the last little bit of, well, probably not use all of it, but part of it. And I'll just go up in there, go up in there. Hopefully I don't have a bunch of bubbles, because I forgot to spray it. Lordy be. Gotta love a southern woman. Because I say so. Yes. I don't know if this will marble, or I don't know if this will crackle, but crackle, dragon skin, whatever you want to call it. But there's just a tiny bit left, and there's still some clear left. So I'm going to go ahead and pour. These molds are dirty, but that's alright. They're just extras anyway. Scrub all that out. Like I said, these spatulas are wonderful for getting all the resin out. Makes cleanup so much easier. I don't know who first started using them, but I'm glad they did, and showed the rest of us. And this is the mold that came with my Taba Squishy stuff from Let's Resin. And yeah, he's got two matte and two matte and two shiny. So it's like, okay, that works. I'm just gonna mix up a little more color here. Of course, I didn't pour the clear first. I got a fan running, so things are stringing off like they're not supposed to. But I was told this holds about 4. I think if I measured correctly, the Froggy holds about 4.5, and I made 5, so I should have had about a ½ ounce left, but I think I had a little bit more than that. Just throw that in there. We'll see what happens. And then we'll pour the rest of the clear in. If I got room, if not, I will pour it into the other one. Maybe add some color to it, who knows. Just throw some clear in there. There we go. There's that one. And this one, I'll just throw some color ink on top of it, or some such craziness. I don't know how much this mold holds, because I don't think it's written on it. Might be, but I have a hard time seeing when it's on there, when it's imprinted on them. My eyesight is definitely not the best. Guess that's what happens when you get older. Oh well, you know. I tell my kids, I earned every one of my gray hairs, and I earned every bit of my stress, and then let's throw some glitter in there. Now, I got this glitter at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance, so I don't know if you can get it now or not. I'm gonna throw some on top of there, and then I'm gonna kind of poking down in there. See what happens. Because it's a very fine glitter, so I doubt very seriously it'll sink. It might. Might just stay floating on the top. I don't know. But I'm going to mix them in. Maybe get some semblance of something in there. And then I've got a tiny bit of this peach color left. Let's see. Let's get him to dome up. I just made the biggest mistake. And I'm just going to throw my Let's Resin curing machine over top of it. Let me get these bubbles off the frog. Hope I don't overflow everything. I sprayed a little bit of alcohol. I'm not going to put the bottom underneath it. I'm just going to take the top, lay it over top of everything here, maybe. Hopefully I don't spill everything everywhere. There it goes. And I'll be back when this is cured. Alright, y'all, we're back. And get my mess cleaned up here. And we're gonna see what we got here. I know these probably didn't do anything. They just look pretty. They're just pretty. Those are cute. Look at the overpour on that one. Got a little sparkly in there. Not too bad. And this one is just the bronze. Ended up just being the entire bronze. Bronze may have taken over this one too. I don't know. Sore thumbs, so it's going to be a little harder for me to unmold. But I've learned with this mold that if you unmold the haunches first and then the butt part, let's hope I don't break off any fingers.